So let's talk about The Clutter Connection, one of my most favorite go-to books. This is like a reference book for me. I love this book when it comes to organizing. We're going to talk about the cricket. Again, I'm a bee. I'm a bee, so I can relate to the cricket because we have some things in common, but we also have some differences too. So a cricket, if you are a cricket, then you are the epitome, as she says, you are the epitome of an organized person. Because everything that is designed to help people get organized, most organizing tools are designed to help cricket brains. Very detail organized and hidden. So when you walk into a cricket's home, we'll just pretend that they have no kids running around, but there's just like everything clean countertops. You're like, whoa, they don't have anything on their kitchen countertops. How do they do that? And then you even open up the doors and you're like, drawers, you're like, whoa, everything inside is even clean. The things you can't even see are organized if they have taken the time to set up systems that work for them. So you have to set up the systems. What I find interesting about crickets is that sometimes you can walk into their home and think, whoa, they're the most unorganized, disorganized people. And the reason is because of perfectionism. So crickets have a tendency to be perfectionists. And again, thank you, Cass, for explaining all of this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm not gonna go into all of it because I want you to get the book and read it yourself and learn for yourself. But I love knowing that just because you look messy doesn't mean you're messy. And I think that is the brilliance of this book. So you know what, crickets, if you really like detail organizing and you like things put away, but things have just exploded, it's because you haven't taken the time to set up a system that works for you yet. You haven't taken that time on the front end to get organized. Once you do that, make the investment in time, oh my gosh, you are going to just relieve so much stress and you're going to be so much happier. And when you look at your stuff, you're going to love your stuff. You're going to be able to see your stuff. So let's also talk about compromise. Poor little crickets are the ones that have to do the most compromising too. So, and again, get the book to understand why, but I'll just in a nutshell, because they're so detail oriented. If you are detail oriented and you live with someone who is not and they need general organizing, you're gonna have to kind of lean more towards the general for the people in your home in shared spaces, because they cannot, their brains don't function the way yours does. They cannot be as detailed as you are. You can be a little less detailed. You can go that direction, but they really honestly cannot go your direction. So you are the one that's going to have to compromise as far as that goes. And then also when it comes to the visual stuff, the visual organizing, the visual clutter. We don't want to call it clutter, your stuff, being able to see your stuff. If you like your things put away, you're a cricket, you like your things put up and put away, that's great. Do that for yourself. But in shared spaces, if you live with someone who is a visual person, visual organizer, they can't, again, they try, they want to be like you, but it is hard. It's really hard for someone who needs to see their stuff to put it away because they will forget about it. So again, in shared spaces, you can find a way to display things that are organized. And again, I don't want to give away all her secrets in here. Well, they're not secrets. She's sharing them with everybody, but there's things you can do to make the stuff that is out when you're compromising crickets, when you're compromising with those visual people. You can keep stuff out, but also kind of quasi have them hidden too. You can use baskets with labels. You can just make sure if they're visual, they're nice and organized, and just do your best. Just do your best to compromise and to release some control in the way your home looks. But I do want to talk about your strengths. Let's see, so I may have implied that a cricket's perfectionism is a bad thing when in fact it's really an amazing superpower. I agree. Just be sure that you're using your superpower for good, not evil. Oh my gosh, I love the way she writes. Your inner perfectionism is what motivates you and cheers you on from the sidelines, okay? It's that fuel that powers you for success, absolutely. you're really lucky if like you've got that motivation to like just do a little better, do a little better, do a little better. However, you know, you do want to like not go crazy and kind of drop some of it. Okay. So the issue arises when your inner dialogue is saying, you got this, you can do anything. And then it switches to, this isn't right. This isn't good enough. So that's when it gets a little not okay, because that's just really destructive inner talk, right? Okay. All right. So once you learn to overcome indecision and negative self-talk that comes with it, your perfectionism makes you a force to be reckoned with. Most definitely. So you do have sometimes decision fatigue also when you are a cricket, because there's so many ways that you could organize it. You could do it this way. You could, oh, is this more perfect or is that more perfect? Just set up a system and improve upon it as you go later, but get a system in place. It will be life-changing for you. The clutter connection. Also, just discover what your organizing style is. You may be shocked. You may be shocked what your organizing style is, and you're like, oh, I'm detail organized? I had no idea that that was how I organize, because everything's just exploded everywhere. And then she explains to you why that happens. So, okay, so that's the book study of The Clutter Connection. Highly recommend it. There's lots of little good tidbits, and I really enjoy. It's not really a book review, it's more of a book study, but just FYI, I enjoy all of the visuals, because I'm a visual organizer, because she gives you ideas on things and how things could look and like what would work for your organizing style. Okay, that's it. Embrace who you are, embrace your organizing style, and go declutter and get organized and live your best life, and then move on and do something fun today.